This is the Pal Talk News Network.
The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of paltalk.com, AVN Software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet, with more than 4 million unique users on demand on iTunes and on YouTube and on Blip TV and on my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you are encouraged to post your comments, whether you agree with yours truly or not. No retribution. And thanks to our very good friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio, we're syndicated to an additional 12 million households. I am your host, Gary Baumgarten. I welcome you to the show, and I recommend, as I always do, that you go to paltalknewsnetwork.com at least once during the day to see stories that you may or may not see, hear, or read in the mainstream media. And for those of you who are listening on CRN Digital Talk Radio or any of our fine internet radio affiliates, please go to joinchatnow.com. and click on that link, and you will be magically transported into our virtual auditorium on Pal Talk. The registration is absolutely free, and for the many of you who are here, having done that for the very first time, I officially welcome you to the show and to Pal Talk. And right now on Pal Talk, there are 75,000 people in 4,600 rooms, and they speak to a wide range of issues. Think Skype on steroids. Instead of just one-on-one conversation, we talk one-to-many. As you can see here in our virtual auditorium, there are over 100 people in our virtual auditorium right now on paltalk.com, and there are other rooms that are smaller, other rooms that are much larger than this on Pal Talk, in virtually every language of the world, discussing every issue. People putting on their cams so you can see their Shayna Poonams. We have like 10 people on cam here, and I thank all of you for doing so. And it's great. It's a great place to be, talking to people all around the world. The President, we just carried his remarks live about his latest plan for the Gulf Coast. I'm going to get to that in a second. But first, there are a couple of videos I want to share with you. The first has to do with a congressman in South Carolina who actually assaulted some students who attempted to interview him on the street in Washington, D.C. This makes me sick. Boaz?
Hi, Congressman. How are you? Do you fully support the Obama agenda?
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
Oh, whoa.
Who are you?
I'm here for a project, sir.
Tell me who you are.
We're just here for a project, sir.
Tell me who you are.
We're just here for a project.
I don't
Sir,
care about
please let go of my hand.
Tell me who you are.
I'm just a student, sir.
From. Tell me who
We're
you
just
are.
students. That's all we
I
are.
have a right to know who you are.
Sir,
All we are is
in a
students.
public place.
So am I. Who are you? Who are you?
Please let go of my arm,
Sir.
Who are you?
Sir, please.
Congressman,
Sir.
please let go of me.
Who are you?
Okay.
Who are you?
Isn't that nice?
Whoa.
Please let go of my arm,
Sir.
sir.
Bob
Who are you?
Etheridge, Democrat from North Carolina. Okay, just so you know, it's not just the lefties who have gone nuts, as somebody put in text. There's a guy running for Congress as a Tea Party candidate, and this is his ad. Boaz?
And I would impeach him. And if that's not enough, some of you men own taverns. Sam, you are a brewer. Mr. President, a distiller. You know how tough it is to run a small business without a tyrannical government on your back. Today, we have an internal revenue service that enforces what they call a progressive income tax. You'll love this. Every year, if not every quarter, we're basically required to spy on ourselves, report what we earn, who we hire and fire with an all-powerful separate court system. Without representation, they can increase taxes, add costly regulation, or perform malicious audits. Now this same IRS is going to force us to buy health insurance, cram it down our throats, or else. Now I took an oath to defend that with my life. Now, I can't stand by while these evils are perpetrated. You gentlemen revolted over a T-tax. A T-tax! Now look at us. Are you with me?
Gather your armies.
I'm Rick Barber, and I approve this message.
Yeah, I bet you do, Rick. Gather your armies? Is that not a very thinly veiled call to revolutionary arms in the United States of America? Are you kidding me? We got one congressman grabbing kids who are trying to interview him on the streets of Washington, D.C., grabbing the kid. And we got another loony kazoonie saying that we have to grab our arms, start the revolution. What is this nation coming to? President of the United States a few moments ago in a news conference that we carried live here on the Pal Talk News Network talked about his latest plan. What they're doing is they're going to send a flotilla of boats out, and they're going to train people in the area there, and they're going to take these skimmers further away from shore, could be 20 miles out, and put them to work as quickly as possible to try to head the oil off at the pass. We're going to stop as much of the oil from coming in as possible, the president said. If the oil hits the beaches, that's probably the easiest to clean up, he said. That's a concern for tourism, but those beaches will recover in 1 or 2 years. The biggest concerns, the president said, are the marshes, the estuaries, and the wetlands, where the oil is killing oyster beds, seafood, and ecosystems. And he warned that the repair effort in those areas could destroy the ecology in the region as well. And if the rest of us want to help the people in the Gulf Coast, he says, come on down and spend some money. One state, he said, already has decided to not try to stop the oil from coming onto shore because they can clean it up easier when it's on the shore. But of course, it'll be more visible as well, and it will kill the tourism trade. And you know, one of the things that really I find very disconcerting about this whole ordeal down there is the BP goons that are kicking reporters off public beaches, trying to do their jobs and report to their constituents what's really going on, their audiences what's really going on down there. It's pretty disappointing to me. Tomorrow, by the way, we're going to have a doctor from, I believe she's in San Antonio. She's a professor, and she studies environmental issues involving petrochemicals.